If you like great fits, quality fabrics, and people asking you, where did you get that from? This is the video for you. So I've got 5 under the radar menswear brands for you to check out in 2026. So if you're new here, I'm Eben. I style men for a living, and I'm constantly on the lookout for brands that haven't quite blown up yet. By the end of the video, you'll have a good idea what each brand does best, what you should consider buying first so you're not wasting your money. And yeah, let's get on with the video. Alright, so brand number one is Second Layer. These guys are an LA label started by brothers Joshua and Jacob Wallace and their friend Ant de Padavane. And their brand is a love letter to South Cali culture. So skate, surf, and think 90s Mexican and American street style energy. What I like about them is they're really not a hype brand. They genuinely are cool people clothes. So relaxed fits, easy silhouettes, but still clean. And to borrow their own words, what they say they do is tailor-made daily wear, which is really is a perfect way to describe it. It feels laid back, but it still looks intentional. Also, a lot of their stuff is actually made in Italy, which you can feel in their finishing and their fabrics. You do get that sun-bleached California vibe, but with quality behind it. Hence some of their prices, as they do love to work with the best. So if your style reads cool, relaxed, and quietly expensive, then Second Layer is your new secret weapon. All right, the next brand for us to talk about is called California Arts, and I really like what they are trying to do. So their whole idea is this: why is menswear either fast fashion or luxury that is just priced out of reach? So they are deliberately trying to sit in the middle, making clean, design-led pieces that make you feel like you're wearing something considered without being too exclusive. They've got this phrase that they use, it's called live creatively. So clothes that make every day a little more interesting. Not loud, not trend chasing, just good design that you can wear every day. The other thing that is really cool is how they make them. They're not doing endless seasonal drops. They focus on less but better. So they'll take one piece, obsess over it, make it work with everything, and then just move on. And I really love that. That is totally in line with how I view fashion. You don't need 40 items, you just need a few that slot in nicely so you can build your own uniform. They're also really thoughtful with their fabrics, so leaning into more natural materials and being mindful about waste rather than pumping out loads of stock that just ends up in the sale. And the founder's story is really relatable too. So the guy behind it, GT, literally left the corporate 9 to 5 to chase more purpose in life. And he even puts his email out there for people to contact him. That alone tells you it's not some faceless company. So if you like minimal style, but you still want people to know you've got taste, California Arts is a good one to know. Okay, so the next brand is YHONE. They're a newer brand. They were founded in 2021. And the best way I can describe them is minimal, but with an edge. It's not flashy, it's not covered in logos, it's simple, cool vibes and great silhouettes. Their message is about people expressing themselves properly. So people wearing clothes with intention and not just wearing whatever is trending. And not to sound like a broken record, but I like that. It ties in nicely with how I view fashion. It's confident and it's not too loud. What makes them cool is the way they think about fit and structure. It's an easy trap for minimal brands to look a little bit plain. YHONE is the opposite of that. Their pieces feel considered and really well thought out. The cuts always sit nicely on the body, and there's always something about the construction that is really interesting. So if you want some minimalist clothing that still has personality, that isn't too well known, YHONE is worth checking out. Okay, next we have Elwood. Elwood is perfect for anybody that loves 80s and 90s vintage fits. But you don't want to spend your weekends thrifting just hoping to find something that will fit you. So the mission is to create the ideal wardrobe using the best of vintage, so the fabrics, the washes, and then making it feel a little more modern and wearable now. And that's exactly what they do really well. They make essentials that don't feel boring. You know those pieces that you just end up wearing on repeat, whether that be t-shirts, sweats, denim, or jackets. So Elle would make all of that stuff slightly worn in, broken in vibe, that thing that makes your outfit look effortless. And that's one of the reasons why they are pretty cool. They're not trying to reinvent the wheel with crazy designs. They're just doing what worked back then and doing it properly for the now. So if you like relaxed fits, good washes, and that I've had it for years, look, then Elwood is a really good one to know. Okay, so lastly, we have Grand Lamar. These guys are based in Stockholm, and their vibe is basically making clothes properly. They're really into pieces that are noticeable, but never tacky. It's that sweet spot, a pinch of flair, but still classic and elegant. What I really like about them is that they're really into mixing tradition and innovation. So they've got the old school craftsmanship, proper tailoring, and attention to detail. Similar to the other brands that we've covered today, you can actually wear them and not just admire them. A little interesting fact, they really take their fabrics seriously. A lot of the mills that they use are based in Biella in northern Italy, which is a real big deal region for high quality cloth. And they also use stuff like Irish linen or English lambswood, depending on the piece. Basically, they're trying to start with great materials first, because if the fabric is right, then everything else is a lot easier. Sustainability wise, their message is simple. They really want to build a wardrobe that will last. Spend money well, not overspend. And I really respect that, especially if you want quality in tailoring without that luxury tax with the obvious names. So if you like the idea of quiet luxury with some personality, then Grand Lumiere should be on your radar. Alright, so that's a wrap for 5 under the radar menswear brands for 2026. If you've got a favourite or there's a brand that I've missed, then drop it in the comments. I'm always on the lookout for new ones and I'll probably do a part 3. If you've enjoyed it, please hit like and subscribe. It does a lot for the channel. As always, thank you for your time and watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.